nobody wants a receiver that has 3 catches and 15 yards.
Yeah.
So it's like they
For like a whole game?
No, whole season.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah. No, those are the season stats.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? It's your host, Sensei AK, back again with another episode. Not my co-host, but I'm with
Andrew McElroy.
Aha. We finally made this happen. How you doing, my boy?
Doing good, bro. Blessed. Can't complain.
That's smooth. Okay. So you're a man of many talents, and at the moment, you're a wide receiver. Well, one of the, would you say the best wide receiver at University of St. Thomas?
I say in the conference.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So in the bigger side. So in the Midwest, you think you'd rank where, even with the higher D1 schools?
From what I'm hearing from other schools, I'd say I'm pretty up there. I was recruited to a couple bigger schools, but then being recruited during COVID, that kind of like dropped everything off. So it's like there's not really a full like guess of like where I could be at.
Oh, okay.
In necessarily.
Okay. Then even before we even get there, so how did you start playing football? Because I heard that you weren't even a wide receiver to begin with.
No, yeah. So I grew up a quarterback.
Okay.
So I was a quarterback whole life, and then in high school we like switched our offense, and it like we basically just stopped throwing the ball. So I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't gonna cut it for me because I'm not a running back.
Okay.
Like quarterback was basically a running back, so it was like, yeah, I'm not going for that. So I made the switch to receiver.
Was it apparent that you were always an offensive player? Like, why weren't you ever like a DB, for example, or like a safety, being that you're like what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Right. I don't know. Just like I say, being a quarterback, that's one of those positions where that player doesn't play both sides of the ball a lot growing up. So I guess that's what always came about. And then I played baseball as well, so just like having the good arm, that kind of helped a lot for quarterback.
Okay. Was it a processing thing? Like that's why you enjoyed playing quarterback? You're just able to see the game at a different way?
I just like to throw.
Okay.
I just like throw the ball, throw touchdowns.
Oh wow. Would you side yourself more on the diva side as on the way that you play, or what?
Not necessarily. I'd say like because of my lack of celebrations.
Okay.
I say like that shows a lot more. Like you mean like diva football player? Like I see what you mean. Yeah, but I'd say not really.
Okay. Fast forward before we come back over there. Why do you think that is such like a narrative with a lot of wide receivers?
I'd say it's probably because we probably get tackled the least of offensive players, so it's like it's just not like we're not getting dirty too much, not too many like hits being taken, and then like you see a lot of the drip coming from like on the offensive side coming like from the receiver, so it's like they just want to make sure everything stays clean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that it's more on the sense that since you guys are responsible for majority of the points, do you feel like you guys have like a need to have things go your way since most of the offense is going through you?
You mean like here, like if
I mean, sure, let's say here, but in more just in general for wide receivers, especially if you're on the better side.
I would say. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? Like,
okay, let me put it in like another way. So, let's say as you are a better wide receiver than everyone else around you, one of the things that I notice with a lot of quarterbacks, they can do this thing where they just like don't throw you the ball, right? Does that get you upset, and do you feel like you have the right to be upset in those moments?
I feel like yes and no. Like that makes me think about Jay Jettas a lot.
Okay.
So it's like there are definitely times where he's like double teamed or like maybe triple teamed, and it's like everyone's like confused as to why the Vikings just lost, and it's like, well, the ball wasn't in Jet's hands.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like there's always different ways to like get him the ball. And it's like, no matter if he's like one person covering him 2 or 3, like I just feel like there's certain ways, but also you gotta understand you got 3 people covering you. So it's like there's a better chance that someone else is open.
Okay. When did you realize that you were good at football?
After junior year. After junior year, I realized I was pretty good.
Was it that you were just like more athletic than everyone else? You just had like a bigger catch range, or what?
Nah, not necessarily. It's more of like right after our high school season. So my junior year stats at receiver were so we played 14 games that year. I had 3 catches for 15 yards. So it's like that could be done in a quarter, like for any other receiver. So it's like my like stats were like bottom of the bottom, like garbage, like, and like no one is gonna look at me with three catches like in a first down. Like those are my stats. like, but after like right after the season, I tried out for our 7-on-7 team. It was Boom.
Okay.
And then
is that like AAU for football?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So after trying out, I made the national team, and then just like realizing like,
how did you make the national team if you don't know how to put up class stats?
Is they had their own tryout, so it's not based on high school.
I know,
stats.
But like, how were you able to show out so crazy in national viewpoint, but not in high school? Or was your high school like not trying to put you on game?
I did this. I did the same thing. We just ran the ball so much
that
like we ran the ball good, like 95% of the time. So it was like I'm not touching the ball ever. So it's like there's nothing to show. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. How did it feel when you did make the national team?
It felt good. It felt like I was like receiving like the looks that I feel like I should, because I feel like I knew I was talented, but it's like nobody else knew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you looked at our team at the time, there's 10 receivers, and then we had 2 quarterbacks. One of the quarterbacks being J.J. McCarthy, starting quarterback in Michigan. We had 2 guys go to Ohio State. One was committed to Cincinnati.
Are these all starters or bench? What are we talking about?
When? Just like at the time, like high school, like
okay.
Like whole recruiting process.
Oh, okay. So they got offers from those type of looks. Okay, yep.
I had another receiver committed to Ball State, another Western Michigan. So like these are all like 3-star, 4-star guys. And then there's me with 3 catches and 15 yards. Nobody looking at me.
Wow. How were you able to like actually set yourself apart then, if there are so many actual like bigger names around you?
It's just so the process of like the tryout, it just went off of like just the amount of like the catching, honestly, just like being able to catch everything that was thrown at me, and then just make big plays when they happen. Yeah, so they have like, I mean, like at Boom we call it the barbershop, so it's just like slant fades. Okay. Yeah, and then one of my catches they posted on Instagram, then a different football page posted it, so then like it started going viral for a little bit.
Okay. Speaking on that, when you guys are running routes, are those real? Actually, not so much are they real routes, but when you guys are doing like one-on-one drills, are those real routes? Like for example, like the destroying that make like a whole YouTube channel dedicated to one-on-ones.
Right. Yeah, so I'd say there's a difference between like how like me and my guys like go work out and treat that versus like some of the stuff that you might see at like destroying. Like we like personally like here we'll run like routes that we run like in like real games, you know, like in like that's in our playbook. Versus like destroying, you could pull out any route you want, you could do whatever. Like I've seen probably about like 3 or 4 destroying videos. It's a ton of fades, just like straight goes. I mean that's real routes, but it's like, I mean, like try to work something sometimes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So then like there's a lot of like double moves, triple moves, quadruple moves. It's like you won't have that much time.
And again, how's the timing? Like in comparison? Like as you're saying that I'm assuming like the main thing is you don't have as much time as they're showing in these videos, right? Right. So when you are running a route at the high school level, how long do you have to get to where you're trying to get to?
High school level, I say it was either like you had no time or you had a bunch of time. Like, it was basically dependent upon like blitz, like if there's a blitz or not. Okay. So it was like, I don't know, and I feel like I was probably a lot slower in high school. So it was like, I feel like there was a good amount of time. Okay. Yeah.
And then comparing that to college, how much time do you have to get to your spot?
College is like, it's more consistent of like less like.
Is it like
less
1,
time.
2, 3 balls out? 1, 2, 3 balls out.
Yeah, it's definitely right around like 3 seconds for sure. Actually, probably a little less. Okay. Probably like 2.5. Now I think about it. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot lower just because the defensive schemes and like blitz patterns that you'll see, and just like it's just like a higher level of competition than high school is. So then, yeah, you just have like there really needs to be like an understanding of how long you could take doing like running your routes.
Okay. Who was the hardest person that ever picked you up during high school? Who gave you the most work?
Cam Mitchell. He just got drafted to the Browns.
Oh wow! What was so difficult about the way he ran, or the way he covered?
He's just so smooth, like just a smooth dude.
What does that even mean? Because of like I hear that a lot with like some of the players like here, where they just like know how to do every single move type of thing. Is it reaction time? Is it just knowing your play? What is the thing?
Nah, it's just like corner. It's just like he's just so fluid. You know, like fluid isn't like. How like because DBs make they're more like moving, rotating your hips, all that, and it's just like a lot of cuts. So he's just like smooth in and out. You know, gets out of breaks fast. You know, like you see like some like younger guys that just be like turn their whole body, take forever to run. It's like once you get like higher and higher, like you'll see like these dudes are like fluid, smooth, and like can move well. You know.
What was difficult? Did you ever like get yours off on him? Like, were you able to like actually score, or was it just like, yeah, no, you ain't got none?
I say like, well, he played like at my high school, so it was like it was always like the
only time y'all got was practice, if
so
anything.
It wasn't like someone like from a opposing school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's never really like. It was never like really like one-on-one.
And now let's move on to college. What was the hardest change, like the factor of change, once you got to college?
Football-wise?
Actually, before we even get there, how was the draft? How was the recruiting time during COVID?
It was terrible. There wasn't. there wasn't recruiting. So there's a dead period for football, for all sports, and then you can't basically coaches can't talk to players during that time.
Why
That's just how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So then so then they extended the dead period when COVID happened.
Okay.
So like for a year. So it's
Damn.
like so it's like nobody's like taking any visits, nobody's going anywhere. Yeah.
So they only had what you did in high school, and that's all you could really show, or what?
Basically, and then after that, I'd say 7-on-7 like really helped because I'm from Illinois, so Illinois moved football back to spring. So my senior year.
Yeah.
So it's like I played junior year at the normal time in fall, and then senior year in the spring. So that's a big gap of having like my stats be as low as they are.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
While the rest of the country is playing.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know Minnesota stopped and then brought it back.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know the rest of the states, but I'm 100% sure Texas played. Texas and Florida.
Everywhere down south, they ain't give up on that. Yeah, of course.
The whole South definitely played.
Okay. As it was going on during the recruiting process, where do you think that you were supposed to go, and how did you end up here?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say the reason I ended up here mainly was because of the NCAA giving everyone another year of eligibility.
Okay.
So that allowed for a lot of people to stay and play like a fifth year. And then along with that, just
high school or college?
College.
Okay.
Only college athletes. So I didn't get that.
Okay.
So I didn't get that extra year.
Would you have taken that extra year?
Oh, of course. Of course.
But continue.
Yeah. I say another reason being my stats of junior year and just how I wasn't able to have my senior year hurt me so that like all anyone could look at was my junior year stats. So it was like nobody wants a receiver that has 3 catches and 15 yards.
Yeah.
So it's like they
For like a whole game?
No, whole season.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Never mind.
Yeah. That was no, those are the season stats.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Three catches all season.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, so like nobody really wants like a receiver that isn't producing, or like anybody. If you're not producing, then like
why would I give you a full? Yeah. Continue.
Why are they looking at you? Yeah. So it was always tough with that. Let's see. What was the question?
Oh, how did you end up here, and how was the whole
the overall process?
Yeah.
So I say Boom definitely helped a lot. Just like being able to get my name out, especially during the time of COVID when no one's playing. Some of the other schools that looked at me, I had a bunch of D3s in the Chicago area.
Okay.
So like a bunch around there. I almost took a visit to Notre Dame, but COVID stopped that.
Okay.
I started talking to a couple coaches from Cincinnati. I had an offer from Morgan State, the HBCU.
Okay. Why didn't you go that way?
Just after talking to the coaches, they were switching a bunch of stuff up, and I just didn't think it'd be the right fit for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was number 2.
Okay.
It was St. Thomas and then Morgan State.
Okay.
And it's like the HBCU life, like I would love,
Of course, we would all want to move to HBCU for at least one semester. Yeah,
sure.
Most definitely. So as you were going on, and then you do get here, your first year they didn't really give you the ball. That's one thing I did notice when I was watching y'all play. How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I was a little in between because, I was more on the side of
I'm just here trying to show.
Like, I'm a freshman. Like, I really haven't proven myself yet. And then we were just super run heavy at the time.
Okay. Yep. And the reason why I bring that up in the first place, because of you had a higher vertical than most people that was on the team at the moment. Faster than most people, better at catching for the most part. So did you feel like as they're going to other people, that's why we're not reaching our full potential? Because if you guys did jump from, what was it the last year? What was your record last year?
What, for Vert?
Yeah. No. For the team.
6-3.
It was 6-3 and then 10-1 this year. So y'all did have an objective jump.
Right. Yeah, we did switch offensive coordinators between the 2 years. So we did come out throwing the ball a lot more than years past this past year.
Okay.
So I think that definitely helped.
And do you think that once you guys switched to throwing it more, y'all just took that big jump? Like that was the thing that increased the whole game? Because y'all did start scoring a lot once y'all started throwing it.
Yeah, I'd say as an offense, it definitely helped because it made us more balanced. Because everyone's thinking, last year everyone's thinking, oh, they're just gonna run it 3rd and 85.
Jesus Christ.
It's just everyone knows that a run is coming. They just don't know left or right. So it's being able to add the pass game just makes us more balanced. Because I know there's a time, I forgot which game it was, but the coach came in and was talking about that we're doing good, both running and passing the ball. He's like, we're literally split half and half.
Okay.
Pass. I forgot which game it was, but it was just for defense to not really know what will be coming up. I feel like that helps a ton.
Okay. What was your craziest matchup in the college scene?
Craziest matchup?
Yeah. Would it be the San Diego game or the?
That'd probably be the best game.
Okay.
I've had, in my opinion. San Diego game was tough. We lost to them away last year, so everyone's wondering, how are we gonna do this year? Because every game we've lost has always been away.
Okay.
And it's we play all of those teams at home, so it's and trying to protect the home record.
Okay. Yep.
Of, I don't know how many years we haven't lost here. I don't.
That's true. Yeah, no, the motherfuckers is tough. How did that game get so high scoring? Because y'all defense is better than you guys' offense.
Right. 100%.
So how did y'all sell like this? Because it was 56, 50 something.
Yeah, it was both 50s. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I really don't know. They have one of their guys that played well, Rael Mitchell. I don't know if you remember that name, but
he was on the show.
Yeah, he was on Netflix. Is it QB1?
Last Chance U or something like that?
QB1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he was in high school. Yeah, so he was at Iowa State or something like that, and then transferred to
play everywhere. Yeah,
and then ended up at San Diego. So they moved him to slot. Yeah, so he was coming out the backfield a little bit, and then some receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had a good game. I don't know his stats, but yeah.
Jesus.
He was
That's the question. Why do coaches do that? Just switch your position.
Well, personally, I've never had my position switched, but
Because I'd be watching, they'd be making quarterbacks play wide, and then just a bunch of nonsense.
yeah, I'd say if you're like out of like if you're an athlete, not in the sense of like you play multiple positions, but like if you're just a raw athlete,
Just a pure elevert,
you
push.
you could play anywhere really. So like,
Is that good for the team though?
I think so.
Even for morale? Because me personally, I quit. I quit about that. But continue.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, but it's like it takes a lot to move. I know one of my homies got moved, and like, you know what I mean, it's a tough transition, but like once you get there, like you'll start to like understand it, and like, it's definitely for the better of the team.
Okay. So it's the emphasis on betterment of the team.
Yeah.
Interesting. Here's a little just some basketball knowledge that I want to get your intake on. Okay, so how do you feel about players that go to these schools, like for example North Carolina, and they're like the fourth string running back instead of going to like a smaller school and just being the guy and actually getting views on you and eyes on you? Is that a good thing that they're still going to these big schools, or do you think that people should have the long-term idea, especially if you go to like Alabama and you're not getting a second of tick? Should you just go to like a school up north or whatever, like the U of M, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question. I see that in so many ways, and I think it's definitely based on like the plan that you have. I'd say because Cam Newton spoke about this to some of his kids, and he was like asking them like, would you rather like go here, like no, you're not gonna play for the first 2 years, and then maybe have a chance of playing like the back half, and then he said, or go to like a smaller school that might not be on TV all the time, and then like, but you the guy, you know what I'm saying? And like I'm in the video, the kid said, "Oh, I'm going to the big school." You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's definitely like it's definitely people's opinion, because you see a lot of people, they like if you get an offer from Alabama,
I might as well say
I'm telling everybody. I'm like, yeah, Bama offer me, like you know. So it's like those schools, like powerhouse schools like that, they will never not be good at what they do. Like if you see some of the old pictures of like Alabama's receiver room, it was like Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith. It's like you have no choice but to wait.
Low key. That's another thing why I don't think coaches are that, like college coaches are that good, because it's like you're gonna look me in the eye and tell me a school like LSU was good when you had Justin Jefferson and who's the motherfucker from
Jamar Chase?
Yeah, and Jamar Chase on your team. And then they have like another wide receiver that was also really good. And it's like, how can you look me in the eye and say you're a good coach and you have all these top 5 first round draft picks type of people?
Yeah, no, it's definitely like opinion, like it's definitely opinionated by like whoever the athlete is. Because I saw one of the guys at Bama. I don't even know what position he was, but he graduated in 3 years. And it's like he still didn't play yet.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's like he's getting school paid for. He's on the team, you know what I'm saying? And then
you know what, that's actually a fair point, because if it's like if you don't actually want to go to league and the league isn't like your end goal, then sure, cool, do your thing. But it's the people that are like trying and fighting, using all their red shirts and all their eligibility years. Now you're 7 years in college, still not getting tick. That's crazy to me.
But it's like at schools like that, it really takes 1 year, because like how long did you hear about Devontae Smith?
Fair, okay.
I heard about him for about like 1 year.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because like they're behind. Like I mean, that's like I'd say that's probably one of the biggest differences between like D1, D2, and D3, because a lot of the guys are like similar, like height and weight. That is true. Yeah, I'd say the biggest difference is the depth of the bench, or like the depth of the rest of the team.
Okay.
Because everybody at Bama is like 5, 4, 3-star. You know.
Yeah, they were a superstar in their high school. Yeah,
they're stars of some sort. Like no matter like what position, but like at like smaller schools, it might be guys that like really didn't even play in high school, but like you're like real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
one of my homies did not play football at all, no year in high school, because we didn't have a football team. Didn't play in middle school, didn't play nothing. and still somehow ended up at NDSU. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. So yeah, no, that's one thing. It's not that I don't respect like the whole football aspect, but I feel like if you're just swole, you can play football.
Nah, yeah.
If you're just swole enough,
Yeah, there's definitely like some parts where it's just like if like
you can bench 300 pounds. Yeah, go be an O-line. You'll be alright.
Yeah, right. Just like honestly, if you just push people away from one other person, yeah.
Or if you're able to just like get to the quarterback, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you think there's a lot of talent that is in football, or is it literally like there's like a few positions that like you actually need a lot of mental power to do it?
I feel like there are some that are like more like you need talent than others, but then at the same time they all need their fair share of talent.
Okay.
Because like I'd say definitely this
Jason Kelsey is what he does hard.
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yes, center.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think either center or tackle is probably the hardest on the O-line.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I know, like for us, like I mean, most centers make all the calls, and it's like you got.
You know what? That's the wrong position. The person right next to him.
The guard.
Yeah, the guard right next to him.
I'd say guards might be. I mean, just because like you're between two people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just so like you have help on both sides, but it's like also guards like to pull a lot, so guards have to be able to move. So it's like you can't just be like slower than slow.
Okay.
Like playing guard, you know what I'm saying?
So it's still just like the physical aspects needs to be up here for you to have a chance. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How were you able to go for so many at San Diego?
San Diego game. Yeah. That was probably I think that was my first shootout game I've ever been a part of. It started terrible. Like the game it started so bad. I was so ready for the game night before.
Can you ever just hype yourself up too much before a game?
I don't think so because I usually stick to the same plan. But it's like we all know the importance of the game. Like we lost to them last year. They're a great team. So it's like and like the record's on the line every time we play at home. So when the game started, defense went out first, and then so I punt return as well, and then they punted it, and it just went straight through my arms, like directly through my arms, and then they got the ball on like the 5-yard line or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one and they scored like in 2 plays, and then like the whole time I'm on the sideline, I'm just like. I'm literally getting yelled at until I go out for kick return.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, like literally until I go out for kick return. Like I'm just getting chewed out crazy. And then, so it's like perfect. Now I'm about to go return.
By force.
I'm about to go return again. Oh. Yeah. So then after that.
You better not drop it.
So after that, went out, I returned the kick. Not all the way, just like to the 25 or something like that. 2 plays later, I score on a hitch route, so I take that 75 yards.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so it was like I kind of like made up for it, but it's like you really didn't make up for it. You know,
it's
like,
tie game now.
Yeah. So it's like I just evened it back up basically. Yeah, and then after that, what else did we have? We had a receiver pass. Yeah, so one of the guys that
so nonsense.
So it's like we practice certain plays with like certain people. I mean, like just like the people that are gonna run in the game. Yeah, so we practiced that all week, and then when the play is called, I like look over to the other side, and I'm like, this dude has not done this one day of practice. I'm like, I really hope he knows what I hope he knows what he's about to do. So it ends up working out. Like,
okay.
So he caught like a bubble route, and then he threw it to a different receiver. Yeah. So it was naked, wide open.
Oh wow.
So that went well. We had another guy score another touchdown. Then one of our running backs took one, and then I scored on a double move after that. Mind you, this is shootout, so it's like it's still like.
Are shootouts a bad game? Like in the eyes of the coach, was it like this is a terrible thing?
In the eyes of the offense, it's great.
Okay,
because the offense keeps scoring. But in the eyes of the defense, like it's
a terrible look.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a terrible look.
It's so crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why was the defense getting smoked?
That's a great question.
Was it like a lack of communication? Were people just like hot that day? Because I know, like, especially in basketball, if one of your players is like on, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Isn't it the same in football?
I would say
because that wide was going crazy.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I'd say yes and no. I mean, they really just like fed him the ball and like in like the perfect like spots and opportunities. So I feel like it could be like a little bit of like maybe a scheme thing.
Okay.
Just like who was like covering who at like some points, but then I don't know. He's a good athlete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he just he played good.
I feel that. I feel that. Continue.
Regarding the game, so it's still tight. Actually, no, we're down at half, and then we come out, we score, and then they score again, and then I took a kick return back to the crib.
How does that feel?
It was my very first one. I never returned anything in high school.
Wow. Okay.
I barely played special teams. I was on hands team and just like one of the upbacks for like kick return. So it was unreal. Like I like saw the hole like as I caught the ball. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be nice. And then ended up taking it all the way. I had like 3 blockers in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I took that to the crib and since that play we just like stayed on top of the shootout.
Oh, okay. So that was the momentum shift that you guys needed?
Definitely.
Okay.
That right there is my absolute favorite play of the year.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with me scoring a touchdown. It has nothing to do with me scoring a touchdown. So I'm running to the end. I'm running like for the end zone. And then there's a guy chasing me. And just out of nowhere, Malachi just comes flying in and just like sweeps right across his face.
Oh wow!
That's how we're like taught to like finish. I mean, so you don't like block in the back or anything. You just like run across and like make them stop their feet. And it's like it really takes only like a good 3 yards to do that. You know, like running like past him. I'm talking about Malachi don't ran to the stands. I just he just darts across like from like I'm on like we're going towards the scoreboard like on the numbers. So like from the numbers to like the stage, like he just like takes off. It was so funny watching him film the next day. And then
yo, hold on. So as you guys are it's how fast did they say you were running? I saw a video where it was like 25, 28.
It was like 20. I think that one was 23.
Oh, okay. Did it actually feel like you were moving for real, or was it like a clean jog?
It's like I'm such a strider that
Okay.
I can't even tell how fast I'm running.
So
it's like I like looked at the video. I'm like, there's no way that this is 23 miles per hour.
Because I was watching, I was like, this is a clean jog. He's jogging. I don't.
Yeah.
That's another thing. When I've watched you guys like practice some, it doesn't seem like you're beating anybody. When you're running your runs, you didn't beat him, and then you just like jump over him. That's all I see. So, have you just always been a strider since you're like what 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah,
okay.
I would say so. I know freshman year was a problem because we were doing one drill on kickoff, and then they just say like sprint down. And then they keep yelling at me every time I do the drill because like we watch it on film the next day and they're like, Andrew, you got to sprint. Like you got to sprint. I'm like, Coach, I am.
Did you ever do track?
No, never.
Okay.
It took till one play in practice. I caught a ball on the sideline and then one of the guys was trying to catch me, and then he didn't. I scored it, and then like everyone's like, all the coaches are walking. He's like, "Oh, so you actually are running?" like having someone like chase me from behind shows like, yeah, like, I'm not getting caught. So it's like I'm actually running.
Okay, yeah. I feel that. The idea of self-talk is a thing that I was studying for a little bit for one of my final projects. Do you think that you use a lot of self-talk when you are getting ready for games and like the way that you play football in a whole is a part of the way that you like not so much boost your ego, but keep it in check in your own eyes?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say there's a lot of self-talk before like literally in like every part of the game other than like the actual play. Okay. Yeah, I'd say like pregame I do the same thing every game, like no matter where we're playing at. Have the same playlist, so it's like
so why do you keep the repetitiveness of it?
To make sure, like, just to like make sure I'm not on a different page one day. You know,
okay.
I show up the same every day. I feel like it definitely helps. Just being able to be in a routine, and just like nothing changes, so like I'll perform the same, like, in that manner. Okay. Yeah, but like there's definitely a lot of talk. There's so much like downtime. Okay. Like before a game, so it's like, I mean, you're just basically talking to yourself the whole time. It's like I feel like music helps a ton. Yeah.
Are you more positive towards yourself or more negative? And you're trying to like show yourself that you can overcome that negative?
I used to be more negative. Like, I think that stemmed from playing baseball. Okay. Just like being a pitcher, because you're literally out there by yourself, like pitching, just very negative on myself. But like as I like grew like through football, became more positive. Okay. And I'm not really one to like trash talk anybody, but like it's starting to come out a little bit more. So I feel like that like helps as well.
Why does trash talking work? Is it kind of like you put yourself not in competition, but like you put yourself one-on-one with the other person, and then you just like break their confidence type of thing?
Yeah, I'd say like, because like I'm so focused on like myself and like what I have to do in the game. If they could be focused on me too, then they're not focused on themselves. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like anything that could help.
Do you not get frustrated much?
No.
Okay. How come?
I just never have, because then like like on top of like how much like I have to do, it's like if we have another play, like I'm like locked in on the play. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I definitely say it was like very much learned that like I'm not I don't like break confidence at all. Yeah, it just took some time to like get that.
How did you learn to be hyper confident in your own self?
I say my trainer. Okay. Back home. So like there was a day where I dropped like 3 balls, and it's like I really don't drop the ball. So it's like I'm like getting hot on myself, and then like he just keeps drilling on my head like they got to come back to you, like you're the best receiver, like they have to come back. So like
you can drop 100. Yeah. Well, you're getting the ball next, so I don't know what to tell you.
It's like lock in, like you're about to get the ball again. So it's like don't even worry about it. Yeah.
Have you always been in that type of scenario where it's like no matter what happens, I'm gonna still be like the best around?
No, that was definitely learned. Senior year, like right before my senior season. That's like when that like really started.
How much did your stats jump from your junior year to your senior year? Because 3 catches, 15. So, right, yeah. So do what athlete, how you do?
So junior year, 3 catches, 15 yards in 14 games. And then senior year, the spring season, we only played 6 games. Okay. I had 37 catches. I had 37 catches for like 700 or 800 yards.
God damn.
Yeah, and like I think we played 6. I think 7 touchdowns.
So it's over $1 a game. Damn. Yeah. Okay. At what point did you realize, okay, this is easy?
I'd say our very first game we played like, you know, every state has like that one team that wins state plenty. Yeah, I had my best game against them.
Okay.
Yeah, so
fair enough.
So it's like if I can do like if I can do this, like who else gonna stop me? You know.
As your time being in Minnesota and in Chicago, in the Minneapolis area versus Chicago, where do you think the sports are better at?
Chicago.
Really? Okay.
Football, Chicago. They claim that more hoopers come out of Minnesota. I don't really follow basketball like that, but I feel like that's a good claim. Okay. But I don't know. I feel like they might be like here like with basketball.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
But football 100% Chicago.
Even with the strong burrowed O-line and D-lines, you'd still say Chicago? Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right,
I'm going to tell you about this. So, my 7-on-7 team, right? So, after my last year of playing, they added one more tournament, but it was like at the time where all of us had to leave for like we had a different trip. So then there was a tournament here in Minnesota. And then so in place of us, they sent our 15U up here. To play in the 18U bracket. And they went undefeated and won the tournament.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like, when guys on the team right now were like, oh, like they saw like my like shirt and my wristband and said, oh, you play for Boom, like y'all came up here and like did y'all thing.
I was never here.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was the youngest.
Oh wow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. The only rebuttal that I would give for that, there's a lot of Minnesota is more of a basketball sport, basketball state. So the players that would have played football, they're hooping. They were just hooping. So it's fair.
Get that. Yeah.
Okay,
that's valid.
Okay, I feel that. The 15 UK over here, damn. See, unserious, unserious.
Bro, like kids now are nice. Like, you see all over Instagram, like these 7-on-7s, like they be talking about like, oh, this receiver, 12 years old, 6'5", 6'5", 200. Like,
is there like an extreme jump in football as in there is in basketball? Like, I feel like players, for example, like a player like Jalen Suggs, I feel like if you dropped him in the 90s, he'd be an all-star. Is there like such like a huge jump as in football as well? Yeah,
there's definitely a jump. I'd say like when my dad was like talking about like the game, how it used to be, like they were talking about, oh, this dude ran a 4.40. It's like you see that now and you're like, oh, he just ran.
He's cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah.
Dudes out here running like 4.3s, like.
What is the D1 level? What is the D1 level for 40s?
That's a good question. I feel like it depends on
like size.
Yeah, it definitely depends on position a lot.
Okay. No, for like the wides.
Yeah, for wide receivers. I know there are a lot of 4.3s and 4.4s that from the past draft.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So like dudes are moving.
But
I did see some 4.5s as well. So it's like
and were those like the way more skilled individuals?
I'd say that's just pure speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Damn. It's like your 40 matters to me, like in my opinion, but like it also like doesn't at the same time. Because how many times are you gonna run straight, like directly straight?
Yeah, you maybe
not get touched.
What? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Are football players just like naturally more aggressive?
In what term?
Just like
Actually, yes.
Oh, you just say yeah? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Because there were plenty of times I walk in the locker room, like or the weight room, and like people just start wrestling, like the linebackers just start wrestling. I'm like, well, me personally, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what do you gain from that?
Okay, fair enough.
Out of nowhere, they just like start fights with each other. It's like I just sit there and watch. I'm like, there's no need to wrestle in the weight room.
You know what?
So I bar could drop on you.
No, I feel that. Oh, as your time at St. Thomas, how would you encompass it? How would you explain it?
It was I'd say it was a tough transition, especially coming early for football. Just football first year is always tough. New playbook, new people, new state. Didn't meet the coaches yet at the time. It was like first day when I was meeting all of them. It was interesting to adapt to. I'd say it's very different than being back in Chicago. Like in almost every aspect, like people for sure, just like scenery. Everybody here is like either an NPC or a jokester. Like, it's so crazy. Like some of the people I've met here, like it's like unreal as to like how the fact that they're real.
Yeah, I feel that. No, I've seen a lot of these unreal human beings. But beyond that, what is the main thing that you've learned here at your time at St. Thomas?
I'd say definitely like it's about who you know and not what you do, because there's like so many like people that have been placed into my life that know other people that have helped me out. I feel like that's definitely the biggest thing, because that's opening up the most opportunities for me, for sure. And it's like I try to know a lot of people, and I feel like I do, because like all my friends always see me like, why do you know so many people? I can't walk somewhere without knowing like somebody. So it's like having that many like connections and like various like spots definitely helps. Yeah,
of course. Outside of sports, what keeps your mind at ease? Like, what is your thing? Because I know that you're not all about football.
Yeah, right, 100%. I definitely say God, like God, like Jesus Christ, my Savior. I'd say that's what keeps me at ease, because there's so much going on in my life, especially like, I mean, like with football, like football is a lot in the first place, but like after like outside of football, there's still a lot going on. Like I'm like running groups, I'm attending groups, I'm like going to church, I'm in church groups. doing homework, like all like there's like so much stuff and like social life, you know, just like being human. Like there's so much that's going on. It's like that's really like the only thing that can keep you like keep you grounded, like in like a good firm hold.
Do you find yourself like not caring about football much?
Now, yes.
Okay.
When I got here, not at all. Football was my complete life. Like I got here, I'm like, all right, I'm about to destroy all these receivers. Like I'm about to become number one. Like I don't care what nobody says. Like I need to do this. I need to do this. And then, like it was very tough because like freshman year we didn't throw too much, and it's like I didn't score at all. So it's like. And it's like coming off of high school where it's like I'm scoring left and right.
It kind of puts you back to your junior year.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's kind of like, man, like what am I doing here? Like, basically, like if I'm not scoring touchdowns, if I'm not catching the ball, like then what am I doing? But like over time, growing in the church and growing in community, I just learned to drop football as an idol and just play for God and just play loved is what is one of our sayings for. FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It's more just like understanding that you play for God and you play for God's glory. So it's like whatever you do, good or bad, like you're still glorifying God. So it's like it's such a weight lifted off of me. And it's like not caring about football necessarily. It's like I still care. Like I work out a ton. You know, like I'm doing like all the right things I need to do for my sport. But it's like, if football were to be taken away from me, I'd be upset. But it's like it wouldn't like kill me. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Definitely. That's fair. All right, so we've got that segment called "Wish I Had a Sensei," where my guest goes and gives some advice that they wish that they had growing up, some advice for themselves later in life, or some advice for them right now. Take it away.
Let's see. Some advice. Growing up, I'd say listen to your parents, honestly. They know right, and make sure that the people that help you as you grow up, and like either coaches, friends, family, like whoever it is, teachers, whoever it is that helps you, definitely keep those people in mind as you journey about the rest of your life, and understand that they have good intentions, that they want to help you. Advice that I'm learning right now, be in the moment. You can't look too far into the future. You can't dwell on the past. Just be in the moment, enjoy life, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, because this is all we have. It's never the end goal. It's always about the process. So just going through life, enjoy it. Like I'm halfway done with college. Like it's so crazy. Are you about to be done?
I'm done. Yeah, no, I'm done.
About to be done 2 days. So it's like it goes by fast. So definitely just understand what you have in front of you and take the opportunities you have. For my future self, I just say probably be better than what I am today and just keep getting better. Like growth is the only thing that matters. And if you're just better in some aspect, then you'll definitely make it.
If you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, comments. It actually helps the channel grow. Stop doing this. Like it. All right, and we out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.